Good Sunday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel that talks about all my cars and trucks and SUVs and motorcycles and the dogs, the state of times, and wow, good Sunday morning. I just can't shut the hell up, can I? I hear you. But you know what? I just got to keep talking, and I got to keep talking. But hey, good morning, everybody. Appreciate everybody watching my channel, for tuning in on this Sunday morning, if you choose to do so. And it's not the greatest of the cold, just overcast, misting, and usually this is my Sunday morning car show conversation. And unfortunately, I don't think there'll be a car show today because people don't want to get their cars dirty and wet and want to stand out and get wet talking next to your car. So I just thought, wow, why don't we talk about the weekend review in the Cybertruck or the CYBERBEAST. I just am taken back about what this new Cybertruck has done for Elon Musk and Tesla. And so I thought to myself, hey, let's just talk about the week that we talked about, the conversations, and just talk a little bit more about the Cybertruck. Is getting so much attention. It's just incredible. So here we are with all the collection of vehicles. And if anybody, I think, should have the right to talk about the Cybertruck, I think I should. I think I should be the person getting to drive one. I mean, what's really cool is one of my subscribers, Biker Bug, he's already offered to bring his Cybertruck to my property for me to do a review on it when he gets it. And that's so cool. I mean, that's really cool. So, hey, Biker Bug, thank you so much for being so generous to offer me your Cybertruck to be able to drive it and do my own little review on it. So that's so cool. So here we are out in the rain. And once again, I mean, come on. How many trucks do I have? 1 over there, 2 over there, 3 over there, 4 over there, 5 over there, 6 over there. I have 7 trucks. Is there another one somewhere else? Yeah, my whole Turo fleet is actually somewhere else. People just don't know that. I'm just hiding all my other Turo cars. Yeah, think about it. Yeah, I've got a whole Turo fleet. And yeah, and people are driving them every day, and I'm making a ton of money off them. But you guys just have no clue of that, right? Probably some would believe it. But anyways, it's all about the never-ending addictions to the cars and motorcycles. What do you think about my nice Honda hat? Yesterday I went to the Honda dealership, Timbrook Honda, and I bought all my accessories, picked them all up, and I got high maintenance right here next to me. I got the Kiefer dog out. He's wild. He's a wild dog. And so there, and he likes to go after my female dog. It's not good, and he's not fixed. Kid ain't gonna get him fixed, and I just don't think that's right. But what gets deep and heavy. So anyways, yeah. So this past week we had the positions conversations, which we all take positions on what we like and don't like. Then we had the critical elements conversations, criticism, which we all know that's abundant around us of people being critical of others and criticism. Then we had the fun conversations, which what drives us to have fun. That was Wednesday's conversations. Then on Thursday, we had the arrogant conversations, which we all know in so many ways. I talked about Elon Musk just seems to carry such an arrogant, way about him, especially with all the stuff that's going on his X platform. And then we had the Answering Friday conversation, which is really the ignorance of others and stupidity of mankind. So I thought, wow, all those things kind of play out. So all of a sudden, it's the Cybertruck. It's the Cybertruck. And for me, I think what would be pretty cool is, why don't we open up the Ford F-150 Lightning truck? Because look at me. Here's a guy that when they opened the order banks for the F-150 truck, I ordered 2 of them. And as you all know, watching my channel, I now have owned 2 of them. But the thing is, the trucks that I ordered, I don't have in possession. Because the one I ordered and drove, I was able to turn around and sell it. And that enabled me to be able to buy a GT 500 Heritage Edition, which, as you can see, it's not here either. And, so the irony is I've got a black Lightning truck that's, once again, it's not even in my possession. And I should say. I bought the black hood. I'm doing other things here to get things in order here for me to kind of talk about some stuff and show stuff. So sorry for the confusion here. I'm confused. Yes, I am. Because I'm trying to do things multitasking. Everybody thinks you're a better multitasker than the other. So here's the Ford Mustang. Here's the Ford Lightning truck. All right. Now, some other people, in some ways, were probably smarter than me because they ordered the Tesla truck. They put a reservation in for Tesla truck. I didn't do that. In hindsight, should I have done that? Should have. Just because you talk about getting attention. You talk about my YouTube channel. If I just want to get attention, you know as well as I do, if I would get the Cybertruck, it would even be that much more of people wanting to see the Cybertruck. And would it really help my channel? It would. So, but at the same time, I think it's so interesting how we all operate as the car motorhead enthusiasts. We're witnessing more than ever in our that the electric cars, people don't want them. we're witnessing right now the never-ending conversation that people don't want to buy these damn things, and I've got them, and I'm stuck with them. And this truck here is worth even less. Okay, so the Cybertruck truly just devalued this truck. I guarantee it another $10,000. But same time, I don't know. So here's the electric truck. All right, so whip-de-doo-dah, right? I mean, this compared to the Cybertruck, I mean, sincerely, open the door. If you look at the architecture inside of this vehicle compared to the Cybertruck, we'll walk around it. It looks like a truck. Doesn't look like a drawing with your straight rule. Can I get on top of this roll-up tonneau cover and jump up and down on it like you can in the Tesla or the Cybertruck? I can't. Can I take a sledgehammer and hit the side of my door here and not have it dented? I can't. All right. Let's see here. What else? Does it have one big white windshield wiper? No, it doesn't. I think that's, like many people said, is if you live up north and you get iced over your windshield, that 4-foot long fishing rod on your front windshield, I'm not so sure that's going to work for you too well. Also, the people that have the little touch button, in fact, over here, we'll go over to the Ford Mustang GT that has this little push button. All right, has the little push button right here, to open it in the winter months if it freezes over. How do you get to it? On the Cybertruck, it has an air ride suspension. This truck doesn't have that, okay? Let's see here. Go to the back. Probably hold on to my gear back here. I got gear back here, so like that. This here has this here has under area storage. The Cybertruck doesn't show that. Look at my Kiefer dog did. Freaking ate part of my freaking interior, which, oh boy. Let's see here. So we kind of did the walk around on this truck here, and you guys, the frunk. So the frunk here, which there isn't any button here for you to actually do that. That comes to here on my key. Let's do that. Does it open? There's the frunk. Now, on the plus side, the Ford, in my eyes, has a much bigger frunk. So there's a plus, okay? There's a huge plus. I'll carry my equipment and tools, which is pretty cool. All right, I like that. But anyways, and then the frunk, I should say that the Cybertruck, the front end is just a solid piece. It's more crisp lines. Has the unique triangle mirrors. And so in a Cybertruck, once again, is getting incredible amount of, it's interesting on that Cybertruck. I don't even remember seeing a bumper in the back of that thing, per se. Does anybody remember that? I'd have to look at the truck again. I'm not even real sure on that. All right, so now you come up here to the Lightning interior. All right, I mean, for me, Lightning interior, look how, this has nice big pockets for you to store your tools and stuff. I didn't see any sidesteps the Cybertruck, but the truck has an air ride suspension, so it lowers down. So I assume you don't need that. Okay. Now, as you get into the truck here, you have to step up. This truck here, it's the good old, instrumentation, conventional. I'll put the thing on. This vehicle comes to life. And in this application, I've kind of got the Tesla technology here in the conventional, archaic instrumentation of this vehicle here. And the Tesla, as you know, windshield is huge. It's, it goes down forever. And let's see here, get this stuff out of here. So it doesn't have like a center console for you to put the thing in gear. I mean, in fact, for that Tesla, where do you go to engage this thing to be in drive? Is it on the screen over here? I'm not even sure. I mean, in all sincereness, it has a big ass lower area here to put your man purse under there, it looks like. It has a huge panel, glass panel like this does. Let's see, the interior, once again, it has a huge screen. This is all gone. And for some people here, they'd be like, yeah, well, you're still not really, well, it has a slide out, whatever you call that, glove box. The glove box slides out. It doesn't, have the water bottle capacity. I've talked about that, a few times. Doesn't have your, you can put your glasses up here. I don't know, where is the home link? I guess it's built into the sun visor overhead. The steering wheel is much smaller than this. I didn't see, well, you see some controls on the steering wheel. They say that's a little better. So, yeah, right. So it's really cool. It's really exciting. It's new. It's totally different in many ways, but it's such the same. But it isn't, because you have a fly-by-wire steering system, which this, has your conventional electric steering, but it's not a fly-by-wire. This truck has about a 320 mile range, 330, but it's, 320, 330. The Tesla truck is a 340 mile range vehicle. This has, I believe, does this have the 131 kilowatt battery? I think it does. I think the Tesla has a 121 kilowatt battery, but this is like the 200 volt architecture system, 12 volt actual architecture to run just the basic electronics, versus the Tesla Cybertruck is now the 48 volt system to run all the electronics in the vehicle, and then it's the 800 volt battery infrastructure, which makes it so it's a more efficient battery that allows it to charge quicker. And where do we get here? So over here, I don't know if that'll go there. So software, connectivity, there's so many things here. I don't, driver assistance, the vehicle, just start opening up all the, but see, for me, even me, it's just so much information that, where do I go to see all the information and everything else? This is charging. This shows you that it'll get complicated. And that's the thing I talk about. It's such, there's so much information in these vehicles that you go through and you try to figure out this. And if you don't live in these vehicles, which I don't, it gets very complicated. 2 miles per kilowatt. That's what I'm averaging in this vehicle. So it's a no-brainer. 131 kilowatt battery. It's 200 miles. Then 31, 60, 260. So right now, this is at about a 270, 280 mile vehicle because of the way I've been driving it in the colder months. But everybody's seen all this stuff on the Ford Lightning truck. I've done reviews on it. Tons of people have done reviews on it. And the thing does automatic software updates. And this is a nice truck. I mean, it is, but it's the electric vehicle. And that's why I want to make this YouTube channel this Sunday morning, because the Cybertruck is getting so much attention, and I think it's going to generate the electric vehicle enthusiasm on the Tesla side. But does it really generate the electric vehicle enthusiasm in general to what is going on with the Ford and other manufacturers that are very challenged right now to sell these products? So it's just really kind of befuddling in so many ways that here's the Cybertruck. It's an electric truck. I mean, this truck does everything that the Cybertruck does, with the exception that it doesn't have four-wheel steering. This just has your conventional two-wheel steering. This doesn't have the airbag ride. So you start kind of comparing what makes the Cybertruck better. What's going to make somebody want to buy the Cybertruck over this F-150 Lightning truck? What's going to draw? Why do you want the Cybertruck? And I get it. It's the latest, greatest. Here comes my kid. It's the latest, greatest vehicle in the market by Tesla. It's a cool looking thing. It's like the future. And we know the four-wheel steering, awesome. Air ride suspension, awesome. Somebody likes to drag their feet. Have you noticed that? Hey, wonder where that stuff came from. The vehicle has, this has self-driving. So as far as, the FSD, the full self-driving that the Tesla product has, in so many ways, this has, but not at that caliber. The interior of the car, I think this has more amenities for the convenience and comfort for you and the riders. The bed of the truck, I think this truck here is going to do everything that the Cybertruck's going to do. Towing wise, this with the max tow package will do everything that the Cybertruck will do. So once again, it's like, okay, and here's your charging port. I think that the Tesla one has the charging port back here, right here, where a little door opens up. Because the way they set up their charging stations, you back your car in, and then you have the Tesla charging station here, and it's an easy hookup. What else? I mean, the thing is wicked fast, because it has 845 horsepower. This vehicle has, I think, like 600 or 700 horsepower. There's Keefy Boy. So once again, it's really amazing that the electric car market is in a total, downward spiral, but yet this Cybertruck has created all the excitement of the electric vehicle. So for those that watch my channel, we've had these conversations a gazillion times on what's going on with the electric vehicle market. I mean, so once again, and don't get me wrong, if I could get a Cybertruck, I would get one, because it would just be to have the latest, greatest technology, and that's just who I am. I'm always wanting the latest, greatest, and something different to ride. Hey there, Keefy Boy, but what's going on? I mean, sincerely, if your goal is to have an electric vehicle, because the Cybertruck's going to have the same exact challenges as this truck has right here. When it comes to you hooking that truck up to any of my trailers back here, you're going to get 0.8 or less miles per kilowatt. You're not going to be able to tow very far. You're going to be very challenged. If you hook it up to this dump trailer, that's a whole different ball game, because the aerodynamics won't make it as difficult overcoming this big surface of air. So once again, you buy a Cybertruck, you'll be in the same predicament that every other electric vehicle has, and that is when you want to go on long road trips or do towing, then you're going to be stuck on having to recharge your vehicle. Now, supposedly, that 800-volt battery and that 48-volt architecture, it's more electronics, but the 800-volt battery system will accept the 350-kilowatt supercharger that will enable you to charge your vehicle quicker. And I don't know the exact numbers, but I would just have to say that if you're going to put 150 miles back into your truck, it's probably like a 20-minute charge. Okay, that's what I think what it is. But if you want to go, let's just say 300 miles on the open highway at Cybertruck, I don't think you're going to be able to do that. Now, they're talking about how you can put a battery pack in the back of the bed that enables the vehicle to go like an extra 100 miles so that the truck could hit 470 miles. But once again, that's not open highway driving. If you're going from New York to Florida, or you're going from where I am, DC to Florida, there's no way you're going to go, even with that 470 mile range, if that's what it is, you're going to be probably like 350 at best. But non-battery pack with the 330, 340, whatever it's advertising, you're probably going to go maybe 250, 280 miles. That would be my guess, maybe a little more. But the challenge of that is, and that's not bad. I mean, that's not bad. But the challenge is the increment of these charging stations up and down 95, of you being able to time your miles from the next charge, where the odds are you're going to be pulling over at about 180 miles to 200 miles, just so the truck is, you know you're safe and not running down to little nothing. I could be a little wrong on that because I'm not traveling 95 like I used to, and I'm not traveling in this truck. But what you can do, one thing you can do, you can go into this vehicle here, and I can program into it where I'm going to go, and that's probably a good point here for me to do that. And will take me a while to figure it out. It probably will, which I don't know, maybe not. If I go into navigation here, then we can find the navigation. Here's navigation, and does it where to? Okay, so here we go. So that's going to be the question here. Is it won't work probably. So let's see here. I'm going to plug in right now, and I really don't want to share all my information here. So let's see here if it takes it. And this is pretty good because I haven't done this in a while. I did it when I first bought the vehicle. Let's see here. And I remember seeing it, and it was like, wow. Okay, so let's see here. So I'm going to go, so it's 825 miles from where I'm going. All right, let me flip around so I'm now plugging in the thing. So go, okay, so I'm going to hit go. And I know the last time I did this, it was like, I believe, a 2-day trip.
Obey traffic laws. Be alert and use voice
okay, so here it is.
Driving.
So it's a little better, but here it is.
To highlighted route.
So it's a 19-hour and 50-minute drive. Now, keep in mind, you have to stop and you got to go to the bathroom. But that's, I'm assuming, letting you, that's assuming that the charging station. So now, when I drive to Florida in my gas vehicle, the fastest I've ever gotten there is a little over 12 hours. Typically it's about a 14-hour drive. So this is an easy, in my view, would be an extra 5 or 6 hours. Are you going to do it in one day? I can't see it. I just can't see 20 hours of you. And keep in mind, this is saying that everywhere you go to those charging stations, everyone's flawless. You're not waiting in line or anything for anywhere. So this, to me, is the odds are this turns into a 2-day truck adventure. And I think that's probably realistic. And that's what I think separates so many of us, like me, that would feel that I'd ever own just this truck, versus having my Ford PowerBoost. And so, once again, this Tesla Cybertruck, the CYBERBEAST, has such an incredible amount of enthusiasm, and which I think is cool. I really do. I'm not here by any means dissing the Cybertruck. That's not the conversation. I'm just saying in general, it's interesting that the whole electric car market for the domestic brand has been more challenging to sell these, even for Tesla. Tesla's even seen a slowdown in sales. His position is interest rates have chased away customers. Other analysts think that people are waning, and if they really feel like it's worth buying a Tesla vehicle, electric vehicle, what are the ups, what are the downs? And so, does the CYBERBEAST, change that? Does it really spur more people that want to buy electric vehicles? Does that create the guy that gets fixated on wanting the Cybertruck that then comes to closure, he'll just buy the F-150 Lightning truck? Wouldn't that be something? I mean, really would. Does Elon Musk re-energize the enthusiasm for the electric car market. And I would have to say it's probable. I'd be willing to venture. I'd love to hear some stories as time progresses from some of my selling dealers that they're like, yeah, we've had some people come in that were fixated on the Cybertruck. They realize they can't get it now, but they're more interested in an electric truck now. And they want to get one. But in so many a truck, I mean, you look at the truck. I mean, and these trucks are just this is just the love of my life. I love to have a truck. That right there is my favorite truck. It really is. It's my favorite all-time truck of every vehicle I've owned because it's actually the electric gas setup. And it's so cool. And I just think that's like your best package. And as I've talked so many times about these electric vehicles, and you want to say to the person is like, why do you want to buy an electric vehicle? And I think the most common answer that you're going to get is, I don't go to the gas station anymore. I don't have to buy gas. And I think it's like, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. You still have to go to the gas station. Why? Because you have to recharge these, and most gas stations are now implementing these charging stations at the gas station. Now, if you never travel anywhere and you fly in an airplane, well, wait a second. What do you accomplish on that? Airline tickets are through the roof. Carbon footprint, Mr. Green Agenda person, you're flying on planes all the time. You're one of the biggest polluters in the world. Hello. I mean, have you heard these conversations? I talked about it the other day, that the carbon footprint ticket is getting ready to be issued to people in Europe about how you can go travel on the Caribbean cruise ships and the jets, and those are going to be points against you, and you're going to run out of points. You have to start paying a lot of money for extra carbon footprint points. So, once again, to the person, I'm going to save a lot of money from not going to the gas station. That's not really actually accurate. It would only be accurate if you're staying local all the time. But for the moment, it's correct for the moment. Yes, because my electric bill probably now is 11 cents a kilowatt. It's been like 8 or 9 cents a kilowatt. I haven't even checked lately, but with everything rising and more expensive. So you just saw on that vehicle that I'm getting 2 miles per kilowatt. Well, a 200-mile day is going to be 100 kilowatts. If I'm paying 11 cents a kilowatt for electricity in my home, that's an easy mathematics. 100 times 11 cents is $11. Versus if I go 200 miles in this truck right here, and this truck gets 20 miles a gallon. It's a 20 miles a gallon. That's 10 gallons of gasoline. I can actually put 87 octane in this truck, and the $3 gas is here. Just simple math. We'll say $3. $30 for gasoline, $11 for kilowatts. So it's a $19 difference in me with this truck. Anymore, this truck is very expensive, but if you didn't have the highest platinum model and you kept the power boost at a more lower level trim, you'd be in this truck for 60 grand, I would say, 60, maybe 70. The F-150 Lightning, same thing. If you keep the trim base down, you're probably at that 60, 70 grand. So really, you're apples to apples on the price of the truck, and you are apples and oranges of local use as long as you are charging the car at home. And as long as you're got the right electrical at your home, which you should for the conventional 220 outlet. The supercharger, that can get expensive. That's where I think now you've kind of crossed the bridge. If you spend $4,000 or $5,000, $3,000 to put a supercharger station in to recharge your car faster, then you have to step back and say, okay, if I'm spending $200 a month, $300, $400 a month on gas, I just kind of spent a year ahead. But now this is where dynamics change. This truck gets out in the open road and you want to tow with it. This truck loses. This truck loses all day long because now you're going to be going to the charging station, and you're going to probably be going to charging station every 80 to 100 miles, and you're going to be pumping in 100 kilowatts of energy at probably 43 cents to 53 cents a kilowatt. And so you're going to be spending $50 every, just say 100 miles. So if you had to go 1,000 miles, that's 10 times, that's $500 in fuel. This here, you're probably going to be more like at 10 miles. I'll just say 10 miles a gallon. That's 100 gallons of fuel times $3 is $300. So in towing comparison, that's going to be far more expensive. If you take away the towing and just driving it, you're going to be at probably you're going to probably be at 1.8 to 2 miles per kilowatt. So you're going to be in the same scenario as buying the gasoline, because if you can go basically 200 miles 5 times, you have to redo it 500 kilowatts times, let's just say 50 cents, 250, and then this is at 20 miles a gallon, and you burn 50 gallons at $3, you're at $150. You're at $150. So on that scenario, you can see that you're still ahead and you're saving money over that vehicle. And the odds are you will probably end up getting a hotel room to go to Florida. You'll most likely have to stop and stay over at a hotel to get to Florida, most likely. If you're the warrior and you want to be up for close to 24 hours of driving time and recharging, then go for it. If you and your wife can switch back and forth, go for it. But that vehicle and that, all going to Florida, once again, very conservative, going to the lousiest motel on 95, you're going to spend $100 for a motel room. So, there you are. You're at $150. Back and forth, that's $300. But in today's economics, it's chump change. It's chump change. You're buying $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 vehicles. I just can't believe the guy is not just having an extra $100, but maybe I'm just wrong about that. So once again, the message is it's misinformation if you think buying an electric Cybertruck takes you away from going to the gas stations. If you're traveling, it does not. If you're just going to keep the vehicle local, and this is where it then gets just like me. Anybody look at me and laugh at me all day long for all the vehicles I have and all the antics I do and how much you drive every one of these vehicles. And there's what kind of is in some ways funny. The person goes out and buys these expensive electric vehicles that drives 3 miles to work and 3 miles home. I know the stories. I met a guy at LA Tint that had the brand new BMW highest end electric vehicle. In fact, BMW called it copyright issues. You can see that video of me at LA Tint walking around the brand new BMW highest model, all electric sedan. And the gentleman that bought it, apparently a very well-to-do Asian man, and his wife, it's his wife's car. And he point blank told me, this is for my wife to take my son to school. And so it's a 7 mile a day vehicle. Yes, 7 miles a day. He doesn't have a 220 hookup in his house, but he doesn't care. He just plugs it into 120 volt. And if anybody understands that language, that 7 miles used that one day, that'll take 1 day on a 120 volt plug-in, which you get into with your car. If you plug it in, you're going to maybe recharge 8-10 miles a day, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe 15 or 20. I'm not really sure on that because I have the 220s here. And when I go to pump 100 kilowatt back into my Ford Lightning truck, that typically is about a 10-hour. And I'm not, once again, I don't use these electric vehicles enough at this time to be more in depth and abreast. But I'm just going to say it's a 10-hour recharge. It could be 8, all right? Somebody out there that has electric truck that has a 220, they can weigh in and say, hey, when I plug mine in, it's typically about an 8-hour recharge for 100 kilowatts, okay? I think it's more than that. I'm not real sure, but it just seems like when I go and drive that truck and I have like 20% battery life left, it just seems like it takes like 12 plus hours to recharge it. Oh, it's a Sunday morning. I can't stop talking, can I? And here's the keeper boy. Where is my home of the free because of the brave? All right. So once again, Sunday morning conversations. And could I say I could? But I'm just so excited about this new Cybertruck that it's created so much, the automotive world buzz that, hey, man, what are you doing now? No. Here's a ball. Here's a ball. Here's a ball. And my dog's, this guy's just so out of control. Out of my shop that he shouldn't be grabbing. Come here, bud. So, anyways, it's just because of the cyber beast has motivated me to get up this morning, and instead of doing the car show, we'll do my own car show. Here's my own car show. And what happened to the Ford Raptor? I really want the 37 Ford Raptor. And I know I'm not sacrificing that. So many people have been like, don't sacrifice the Tremor truck, which I'm not. If I can sacrifice the Ford Mustang here, I will, because we've already got 2 Mustangs. We don't need 3 Mustangs. And I pulled off that deal I saved that to be in our car. But once again, very challenging. Does that come to play out? I don't know. I mean, it's so, there's so much behind the scenes. And no, hey, come here. Don't do that. No, keep her. See here, he's just he eats everything. I mean, it's not good. Oh, well. Come on, bud. Ball. Gets you a ball. He just destroys balls. You're like, you shouldn't let him in balls. Well, he destroys a ball. He gets sick of it. He doesn't eat it. And then he just gets another one. Look, he already knows. I'm going to get him a ball. Okay. I mean, that's how it plays out. Here's a ball. I literally buy a box of balls. Okay. A box of balls. All right. So I give him a ball. There you go. Go chew your ball. So he'll literally destroy the ball. Then he's sick of it. And somebody like, you shouldn't be giving your dog tennis balls. He doesn't eat the ball. He destroys it. It's like it's an exercise thing. And if I'm on this thing longer, you'll hear him chewing it until he pops it, and then he's sick of it. So anyways, the Ford Raptor 37, and then my friend Chris, whose friend Herman, I think felt like he should have gotten the deal on that truck. You know, if anybody's listening there, Mr. Chris or Herman, it's just it's a relationship that I have with other people from our dealership, and I just felt that it would be no different than me having a relationship with you, Herman, for many, many years at Ted Britt Ford, and then you relocate to Coon Sterling Ford, and then picture me coming to dealership, and I don't have you be the salesman, I have some other guy be a salesman. And that's why, if Chris is listening here this morning, that's why Herman wasn't involved in that deal yesterday, is because I have 2 of my, great guys from Coon Sterling Ford that have transferred to Ted Britt Ford, Fairfax, and those guys are the guys that I've dealt with for years. And in so many ways, I think it would be wrong for me now to go to somebody else and look at those guys and go, hey, it was great dealing with you, but now that you're at this dealership, I'm going to start using a new guy. You just don't do that. You keep relationships. It'd be no different for Herman. He and I were doing business for the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, whatever it may be, and he then transferred to another dealership. Would I continue to use him? Of course I would. And would I then just look at him and say, hey, you're new here, and I'm going to use that guy over there? That isn't the way you do. That's not the way you handle things. So anyways, I don't know if that's going on behind the scenes with Chris's thoughts this morning and Herman's. I have no idea. But anyways, just to clarify that, because it's all about friendship. Hey, get out of the mud. So what he does, he starts making this a mud ball. Guess who's going to have mud all over their pants and everything else? All right, I think that's it. I think I'm going to call today on the Sunday morning conversations. And that's what it's all about, is Elon Musk as usual. And now it's tomorrow morning conversations. And what do we talk about? And I've got some ideas to talk about the electric vehicles and what's going on in the industry of that and a whole other aspect. So stay tuned for that, for those conversations tomorrow. And tune in for the Monday morning conversation, where I spend the same time, like usually 35, 40 minutes. And I just share my ideas and views. And I use my cars as a theme to try to turn that into the state of the times and where we are and what's going on around us, and trying to be diplomatic and not an arrogant or a answering individual. So, or am I? All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching my channel. Really do appreciate all the nice comments, support. I still got a few people reaching out, because I'm just going to go to 20, and I think I'm on 18. I think I got 2 more slots for somebody to get a sticker. Get the sticker, Ice Age TV sticker, and to get a $20 bill to go have lunch or gas on me, whatever it may be. And so, once again, I got 2 more slots. Anybody that watched my channel this morning, It's not like everyone brothers, coming in droves at Cybertruck. So IceHTV comments at gmail.com, and I'll mail you out a nice sticker, and I'll mail you out $20 for the celebration of me hitting 10,000 subscribers, which to me, that's an incredible milestone for me to be able to do, from creating this YouTube channel all on my own, and nobody is in the background feeding me any information. Nobody in the background is doing any videoing. So it's just a one-man show, but I just love to talk about all the cars I have and to show. So God bless. Have a great Sunday. Stay tuned. Be safe. And for those that got a Cybertruck, and for Jay Williams, gentleman here that does now weigh in his views and ideas, he's got one on order. He's super excited. Yeah, I get it. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I think it's a badass vehicle. I don't disagree. So that'd just be great. Would it be something somebody pulled up my driveway here today and said, hey, I watch your channel. I know where you are. And here you go. Let's go take a ride. Wow. Hey, God bless. Stay safe. Have a great Sunday.